Welcome guys to a brand new video on Wuthering Waves. Now in today's video I want to talk a little bit more about Cartethiya and essentially my plan, and I also go over a couple of plans that you guys can do to try and get Chikona and Cartethiya, because they are probably going to be best in slot for each other and they are probably going to be dealing absolutely insane amounts of damage. Now I already made a video talking about why I believe Zanny in the anniversary update is the easy skip character, because you know she requires Phoebe, her team's a little bit more restrictive compared to pulling for a character like Chikona, who will basically help you guys with dealing insane amount of damage when you have Cartethiya. Now of course this is pure speculation with how Chikona and Cartethiya are going to work together, but you know Chikona is coming out, and of course Cartethiya is also Arrow. It's a good guess right now to say that Chikona is going to be the best in slot for Cartethiya. Even though we don't have the kit information for Cartethiya, it is still something I feel like everyone is banking on right now. So everyone is thinking, yo, I screwed up, you know, I summoned for Zanny, I can't get Chikona now. But I want to let you guys know, you don't have to have the best in slot team. You literally don't have to. I'm going to assume that the second best in slot team is probably going to be like maybe 20% or 5%, 10% damage difference. It's not going to be too insane. Of course, everyone wants to get the best in slot, but you don't necessarily have to. Now, for me, I like summoning. This is what my idea was before. I used to summon for every single character because I wanted to carry around that mantle of saying, yo, I have literally every single character. It didn't cost me a lot, but it's something I can see right now isn't going to be possible moving forward. So now I've got to admit to myself, I possibly can't get the best in slots for each individual DPS character that comes out in the future, and I'm just going to try and summon for characters that I really vibe with, because at the end of the day, every single character in this game is literally good. Okay, it's not like, okay, I don't want to say Genshin, but it's not like other games where you get characters that have released and they're like mediocre, and the only reason why you're summoning for them is because they look nice. In this game, literally every single character actually is decent or actually very, very good. There's only one exception. I'll be like, Russia, come on, like Sanher is here, Russia, you're not seeing much use at this moment. But at the end of the day, I literally think every single character right now are very, very good, like really, really good. One thing Wuthering Waves does absolutely amazingly is power creep. The power creep is literally not there. The only thing that we get with power creep is animation power creep, and that's something that actually hurts me more because I love animations. I love characters with stunning animations. So when I saw Cartethiya leaks, not really leak, official gameplay, I was instantly sold on the character. To be honest, I was already sold on the character with the drip marketing showing that you will be able to play with the small form of her and then the adult form. I was really interested in Cartethiya. Lupa is also going to be another character that I'm very interested in because she's probably going to work with Brant, and in my opinion, Brant has one of my favorite gameplay. Actually playing Brant is very, very fun. I really love using Brant. Unfortunately, I just don't like using Changli with him. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, the best team for Fusion isn't actually Lupa with Changli and Brant. I really hope not. I don't like using Changli. Animations are cool, but actually playing her is just, I don't really like it. Anyways, so for me, when it comes to preparing for Cartethiya, I know I want to get Chikona because, okay, this is going to be that character that I actually will try and get the best in slot. But again, you do not need to get the best in slot for a character to be good, okay? Of course, there'll be a difference in damage, but you don't necessarily have to do that. Now, we don't know how restrictive Cartethiya is going to be without Chikona, but many people are speculating it's not going to be another Zanny situation. Fingers crossed, we are really hoping it's not another Zanny situation. But let's go ahead and take a look at Chikona real quickly. So I will say this, I made a video saying you should skip Chikona. I think actually you could possibly just do 1 to 2 multis when she comes out and see what your luck gives you. Okay, let's say this. Let's say there's about 50 people who do 1 to 2 multis for Chikona. At least one of you guys, okay, I'm not good at maths, okay, let's assume it's 100 people that actually did this. At least one of you guys is going to pull Chikona within that 1 to 2 multi. Literally, at least one of you guys are. So I do think it is something you can definitely risk, especially if you are currently on your 50-50. However, if you are on your guaranteed, do not try this, okay? If you're on your guaranteed and the next character you summon for is going to be that guaranteed unit, do not do this trick, okay? For Chikona, you can try your luck, okay? It's not going to be like everyone's going to benefit from this, but some people will. So do 1 to 2 multis on Chikona banner, if you're going to pull for Cartethiya, which I feel like a lot of people are, and you want to have that chance of getting Chikona, just do 1 to 2 multis when she comes out. If you don't get her, stop, okay? Stop at that point, gather more resources. It's going to be part 2 of the anniversary. There will be more events, hopefully more, resources, astrites to save for Cartethiya, and then hopefully you have enough when Cartethiya comes out to pull for her. Now let's assume you don't even have enough to guarantee Cartethiya, but you have like, let's say you're like 4 multis away from guarantee. Let's say you need 160 summons basically. Let's say you're currently at 120, 140, and you do 2 multis on Chikona, so you only have 100 summons. You could potentially get 60 additional summons when Cartethiya comes out with the new update. I'm not sure if there's going to be new world exploration. Actually, there probably will be because of Lupar. So yeah, there's probably going to be a world exploration to get extra resources, dailies as well. So you can possibly get extra 60 summons by that time. Okay, so I do think it is worth summoning for Chikona, 1 to 2 multis, and then save all your resources for Cartethiya when she comes out. And if you're also looking for Lupar, it's going to be absolutely strict for you guys. It's going to be very tough. It's going to be tough, especially if you're free to play player. Now, I am a light spender. I usually buy the battle pass. Today's what, Wednesday? Oh snap, I need to quickly do this actually, but I don't think I bought the battle pass. Let me quickly check. Oh, I have. So I buy the battle pass because I want to get extra astrites as well, to make sure that I get extra resources for Cartethiya. So right now I'm actually preparing for her. Now we know she's a sword unit, a sword character, so what you could potentially do is start farming for sword forgery, or if you're going to be pulling for Chikona, you can actually start preparing for Chikona as well. She's a pistol character, so farm the pistol resources over here. That's something I was technically doing to make sure I get enough resources for Chikona. There we go. Cartethiya is a sword character, so this is the resources you're going to need, which as you can currently see, this is definitely something I need to farm. So I'm not going to say you should prepare for Cartethiya just yet, but you definitely have to prepare your mindset and be very, very hard on yourself when it comes to summoning. You have to know that you're saving for this particular character. Gacha games are very brutal if you do not save appropriately. If you think you can just summon willy-nilly, oh my days, I'm butchering the saying. If you think you can just summon and you get every single character without using your brain and being strategic, it's not going to benefit you. So again, 1 to 2 multis if you are on your 50-50. Oh, also, when I mention losing 50-50 back-to-back, I mean there's the 50-50 and then there's the guaranteed, and then you go again and have your 50-50. Losing your 50-50 back-to-back means that you lost your 50-50. Yes, you got the character with the guarantee, but then you lose another 50-50. And that is what I mean by losing 50-50. I believe Genshin players already knows this saying when you say you lose 50-50 back-to-back. But for some reason, Wuwa players don't get it when I say losing 50-50 back-to-back. They're assuming that I don't understand how the banner works. I do. You lose 50-50, you get guaranteed, then you get a 50-50. When I mean losing 50-50, you lost every, consequential, no, that's not the word. You lose your 50-50 basically. Anyways, so you don't want to, I will make a video talking about why I believe Wuthering Waves need to release a system to make sure people don't lose 50-50s 3 times in a row. When I say in a row, I mean they lost the 50-50, they get the guaranteed, lost the 50-50, get the guaranteed, lost the 50-50, get the guaranteed. That's losing 50-50 3 times in a row. Anyways, I do think they definitely need to implement a system to make sure people don't reach that point, because they don't have that system and it sucks. Okay, it sucks. Anyways, I wish you guys luck as you guys are preparing for Cartethiya. I know it's a bit early to have this discussion, but it is something we should do. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.